Hi guys, what's up? It's Alex here, and today we are here with some massive Formula 1 news. It is broke just a few minutes ago, and it is that Stoffel Vandoorne is going to be filling in for Fernando Alonso in this week's Bahrain Grand Prix. That's after checks this morning that Fernando Alonso took, and it's showing that it's not quite up to scratch for Alonso to be racing this weekend. I think is it CT scans that CT scans that have been compared from the last ones, and on safety grounds they've said that it's probably best that he doesn't race this one. And you know, it's probably best. I mean, Fernando Alonso obviously he's been in Formula 1 for a long time, and you know, one race isn't going to affect his career. It's not going to affect his legacy. Obviously he wants to be out there scoring points, but yeah, I think this is very sensible obviously for them. Obviously we've got so much technology in Formula 1 nowadays that we can, you know, make sure the drivers are absolutely, you know, in perfect conditions before the race. We don't want them to have any sort of problem. Obviously, they don't want to go into a Grand Prix weekend with a slight problem, then come out of the race weekend with an even bigger problem. So it's very sensible from McLaren and, you know, everyone that took part, you know, looking at scans and everything. It's very sensible that they decided for Fernando Alonso not to be racing this weekend. It is probably best that he just sits out this one, make sure he's fully recovered, and hopefully for the Chinese Grand Prix he'll come back and have a good one. But yeah, it's making sure that before the Chinese Grand Prix obviously they'll do more scans to make sure that he is alright to race there as well. But we've got to remember, Alonso missed the last race, the first race of last season after that crash in Barcelona testing, so it's pretty, it's pretty surprising. But is it a recurring issue, do you think, for Fernando Alonso? Do you think maybe as this is just like speculations, but do you think as a driver gets older, do you think they get more prone to being injured, like, you know, in an accident? Just throwing it out there. I'm sure someone that has much more medical knowledge than me can tell that, but I wonder if that's the case. Obviously, that's 2 times in the space of just over a year where Fernando Alonso has missed the Grand Prix, you know, due to injury. I mean, obviously Formula 1 cars are extremely dangerous, but they are extremely safe at the same time. But yeah, I mean, it really is sensible. Just sit out this one, Fernando. Come back in the Chinese Grand Prix and win it. But you know, we got to go for the other side of this story, that Stoffel Vandoorne is going to be making his Grand Prix debut, which is pretty incredible. I mean, considering, you know, he was maybe considered for another seat, maybe like a Manor seat for example this year, but he's got off to Super Formula in Japan for this season to race for a full year. You know, make sure that, you know, he does what Magnussen didn't do and race for a whole season. Make sure he's race ready if he gets a Formula 1 seat in 2017, which we're sort of assuming he will. I'm sort of thinking that either Alonso or Button will sort of decide to stop in Formula 1 at the end of this season. I'm not too sure. Obviously, Alonso keeps saying that he wants to run out his contract, which I think runs out at the end of 2018 or 2017, I can't remember, one of those two. I think it's 2017 it runs out at the end of that season, so maybe we'll see at the end of the maybe at the end of the 2017 going into the 2018 season. But I'm sort of expecting, I mean, I really hope it doesn't happen, but I'm sort of expecting Jenson Button maybe will stop Formula 1 at the end of this season. I really hope it doesn't happen, because he's an absolute legend of Formula 1 in my eyes. He's done so much for the sport, and he's just a great character in general for the paddock. But yeah, maybe Magnussen will go into that seat at the end of this season alongside Fernando Alonso for 2017. But that's just speculations. What we really need to be talking about is Vandoorne. Is he race ready? Well, he's been doing a lot of testing out in Japan for the Super Formula, so he's going to be definitely up to point with that. He has done some testing in the new McLaren, which is good as well. So he's probably, you know, he's obviously not going to be as fast. Let's be honest. Well, I'm just assuming he's not going to be as fast as Button, who's going to race alongside this weekend. I'm assuming he's not going to be as fast, but you know, maybe he could be. If he could go out there and outperform Jenson Button this whole weekend, who knows what could happen. I mean, if you guys watched GP2 last year, which is the sort of second tier of Formula racing, he absolutely destroyed everyone. He absolutely destroyed everyone. I think he's nearly on like double the points of second place. Absolutely insane stuff. He's an incredible driver. I rate him really, really highly. He should be in Formula 1 this year, in my opinion, but he's going to have to wait another season to probably go into that McLaren seat. But we'll see. I think this is great news for Magnussen. It's going to show him... Sorry, not Magnussen. Awkward. It's great news for Vandoorne to see how good he is in Formula 1. I honestly feel he'll be by the end of the weekend, I think he'll be quite close to Button's pace. And I know that sounds stupid, but I honestly feel he's going to be quite close to Button's pace. You know, that young exuberance maybe will get him up there. But yeah, thank you for watching, guys. This has been some great news for Vandoorne. Obviously, not great news for Fernando Alonso, but let's hope that Fernando Alonso recovers very well, and hopefully for the Chinese Grand Prix he's back, and hopefully for Vandoorne at least he shows how good he is for everyone. So yeah, thanks for watching. It's been Alex. I'm out of it. Goodbye.